Well, it is, what is it, March the 10th, and here's a little garden check-in. Here is my mushroom compost pile. I've gotten everything trimmed back from before, and now it's going to be a matter of raking off the leaves again and figuring out where the compost is going to go down for the beds. I was putting some around an apricot and a couple of raspberries here, the compost that is, and also out here around the Rosa rugosa. And then I was topping off all these containers, which I'll probably be growing radishes, maybe some little turnips, beets, and carrots, because the roots don't grow real well in the other soil because it's still being conditioned and breaking down. And I'm going to move some herbs from over there. I've got some yarrow that doesn't have a lot of full sun there, so I'm going to move some of that over here. This is where the motherwort is there. There are valerian here and there, like this is a valerian in here, and you can see it's just barely starting. There's a few of those around. And this is the marshmallow, and you can see that starting. There are a few foxgloves that have stayed through the year, and this is where all the tansy is, and I think I need to get a little bit of a handle on the tansy. It's gone a little bit nutso. And here is the meadowsweet coming back, and different herbs through there. So I've got all this to plant and over into there to figure out. There should be, well, I think there's one right here. Here's one of the rhubarbs coming back, and there should be a few others in here, but I'm not seeing them just yet. And these are blackberries, which I will have growing onto this trellis. All the little daffodils are blooming now, the wild ones, and the crocuses that I planted over here. And there's also some other daffodils and tulips in here. And I'm going to need to feed these guys, the black currants, and we'll see how my Rosa canina does after I severely pruned it. And the gooseberry. Avery, let's go on back. Come on. I trimmed off all the weird vining stuff that was growing on this tulip poplar. So even though I don't necessarily have it, well, have a lot of sun, it gets a little bit more sun because that stuff isn't on there. Avery, come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. She had her first day at the dog park today with a friend of mine. We met with her little dog. Here's my seedlings of various sorts. I'm bringing them out in the direct sun during the day. I'm finally seeing some, I don't know whether it's a tomato or a pepper coming up in there, but these are the safflower. Let me see, obviously nasturtiums. There's some zinnias and marigolds and cosmos, a little bit of basil, and I actually have, let me see, which one is it in? One of these. Oh, this is actually mullein. Little teeny tiny guys. And then back here, I finally moved the logs that were already decomposing from out front. I took apart the spiral garden and piled up the bricks in sections because I've got some logs, and I've ordered some spore plugs for shiitake mushrooms and golden oysters, and once I get those logs ready, I can just set them out there. And I'm thinking I'll get a shade tolerant persimmon for there, and then these are the beds that I made back here. I just have compost in them now, and I need to get some potting soil or bedding soil or something, planter mix. And I'm not sure what I'll put in there. Maybe I'll dig up some of the May lily that's in there, and not May lily, May apple that's actually in there that doesn't grow real great, and put it in here. I transplanted some day lilies that had been growing into the spiral garden. And we'll see what else I can get that's shade tolerant. If I could get some more bloodroot and maybe even golden seal. I don't know. We'll have to see. But there's a lot of the little daffodils have spread like crazy. The hellebores have been blooming. I had a bunch of crocuses back here that were blooming. I was going to take pictures of them one day. Oh, look, there's still some more coming up. And the deer got back here and chewed up my crocuses, those stinkers. But look at that, there's still some coming up. And all the little daffodils. And then my peach is getting some buds on it, so those will be blossoms. And I'm going to have to be careful because last year something came and ate the little peaches that formed on it, so I'm either going to need to put some kind of mesh over it or just make sure I put a lot of deer repellent, stinky deer repellent on it. But that's the garden so far. Nothing else is new and interesting right now. We've had, oh my gosh, I think this is the 4th day, maybe the 5th day of sunshine, and it's so nice, and it's in the 70s today too, so you know what, it's warmer than it should be for this time of year, but I am not going to complain. And that's it, all for now.